Okay, I think I'm like, woohoo! I'm sorry. Okay, hopefully I'm on Lori's page. I am refreshing now. So sorry about that. I did not realize I was on my page. There I am. Okay, good. Hallelujah. Whew. Hello. Sorry, you guys. I am so sorry. Anywho, I am now on the right page. I don't know how that happened, but we're on the right page. And I moved my camera up, so it looks better. Yay! Okay, colors tonight. We're doing Fluffy the Flamingo. Oh, thank you. I love you too. So we got Fluffy the Flamingo. She is an oldie but a goodie, but we are totally gonna update her, okay? Colors tonight, black and white, of course. We've got crocus yellow. We've got yellow. And woohoo, we've got hydrangea pink. We have got fuchsia. And we got tropical bay blue. I was going to say bayou, but I knew that was wrong. Bay blue. And I'm going to do that on her eyes. I know I didn't add that in the comments. I got thinking about it when I was staring at her, and I'm like, her eyes need an update too. So we are updating my good old friend Fluffy tonight. Lori's glitter that we are using tonight is the Pretty in Pink glitter. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Can you see that? Woo! It's gorgeous. All right, without further ado, let's zoom in. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I would have like totally felt really bad. All right, what shall we do? Okay, we're gonna do crocus yellow first. I'm gonna do just a little bit of shading on her legs, just a touch, okay? Alrighty, so we're gonna throw this on my foam plate here, woohoo. Crocus yellow. This paint might have gone bad. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We are going to grab a brush here. I've been painting all day, so who knows what brushes we got over here. Okay, this is a little bit clumpy. Let's see if we can mix some water in with it and get it more of a nicer consistency. Sometimes when your paint gets old, you need to put some water in it and it will kind of come back to life. Okay, so Fluffy is getting her legs done up right now. Okay. I am going to paint the center, but then we'll end up just painting it black over where the little X part is. So I'm not too worried about it for right now. She's going to have some pretty yellow legs. So we're not being too crazy, or we're just kind of being a little crazy because, you know, it's just the legs. And then we'll come back in and clean up, kind of smooth out our paint here. Smooth out here. I'm going to come in here. We're going to grab the edges. Whoops, I'm out of frame. Okay. I'm smoothing our, painting our edges here. How is everyone? I cannot believe it's seriously Thursday already. It's been kind of crazy around these parts, I'm not gonna lie. But feeling very blessed. We are officially 1 month into having the shop open. And I have no idea when the grand will be. I'm hoping to get the studio like fully up, looking really good. We got the ribbon rack going and everything else. So ready for this week to be over. Uh-oh, that sounds bad. Bad week? What's going on? I do have to say I am ready for the weekend. Okay. All right. This bottle and I might be going in the trash later, but we'll see if we can make it work for here. All right. So I'm just going to put the second coat on of our crocus yellow here. I'm going to just smooth that out. Alrighty. Okay. I'm going to throw in our yellow next. Just a little bit. That was probably way more than what I needed. We're going to grab a little bit of our yellow and our crocus yellow on our back end here. We're going to move these around and kind of ombre. And then I'm just going to go right where our legs are here. And we're going to highlight our legs. Just kind of giving her some more definition in these legs so we don't have so much of the just yellow down here, right? So we're just giving her some shading. Another way that you could do this is just by adding yellow with a liner brush and just adding some yellow and not doing the shading if you're intimidated with it. So I'll kind of show you what I'm meaning. So if you just took a liner brush, real quick here, if you took the liner brush and you just took the yellow and did a line like this down it, that would give the same thing, almost like the outlining, okay? Training, ooh, oh yeah. Training is hard. It is not for the faint of heart. That is for dang sure. Especially when you're already busy and then you have to train somebody on top of it. That makes it hard because you slow down, you know, because you're trying to teach them, so you have to. So then it kind of creates more work for you on the back end until you can get them trained up, right? Okay, so I'm going to even give her legs here a little whoosh. Okay. All right, yellow is done. Oh gosh, maybe. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's the crocus yellow. I don't need that one because that bottle's getting thrown away. Okay, this yellow we do need. Okay, yellow there. All right, so next color. Let me think. I think I messed up. Hold on. I think we got yellow on the beak as well. Let me put that nice one here. I want to just double make sure I'm doing this right. You can't be too far off, right? They don't have accounting backgrounds and they're doing accounting. Yeah, that's a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so it is the hydrangea pink there. Okay, never mind. Overthinking myself. Okay. We are going to actually, I know I typically go lighter to darker, but because I'm going to do shading, I'm going to go ahead and do the fuchsia first. So we'll go ahead and throw fuchsia on my plate. Woohoo! That was my bottle, not me. Okay, let me make sure we got this cleaned out. Okay, so this is a 3/4 angle, a flathead brush. And we're going to do fuchsia here. Okay. Go right around around her tush. Alrighty. And we're going to clean up right here as well. Okay, and I'm just going to smooth that out. I'm going to go here. And we'll smooth out her back end here. Okay, I'm going to go right here, grab this. Go here and smooth. Now remember, the secret to painting and getting those nice, pretty consistency is nice, long, smooth paint strokes, okay? Little paint strokes like this, you're gonna see your brush strokes through it. So if you do nice and smooth ones, it cleans it up. Okay, we're getting next to the eyeball, so I gotta be good. And make sure that I don't do anything crazy and mess up her eye. Alright, but even when you're seeing me doing little small, you're going to see me smooth out those brush strokes. So that it's less that you're going to see your brush strokes, okay? Alright, we're going to go right around her eye here. I'm slowly just bringing my brush up, just like that. I'm going to smooth that out. Same thing here. Slowly go around that arch, and then we're going to smooth out our paint. Okay. Same thing here. Go right around that eyeball. Just like that, and smoothed out, okay? So while that's waiting to dry a little bit, I'll go ahead and get our edges here. Okay. Get her edge here. Just like that. And then I'm going to smooth out right there. Okay, behind her booty. Look at that, all cleaned up as well. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to tap right there. Smooth that out. And then I'm going to get her booty and her tail here. Okay. We'll get her back and then up across her neck and head. Okay. All right, fuchsia is usually one and done, but I can see a couple of spots where there might possibly be some touch-up, so I'm going to grab the heat gun. We're going to just go over this real quick. Okay. Thank you, my friend. All right, I can see a little bit of brush strokes around her head, so we're gonna just clean up there real quick. Okay, then I'm gonna go down her neck here. You know what, I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna just do a whole nother coat instead of spotting it. Since there's still little spots that we have to really worry about here, we'll just go for it. Go gusto, right? Alrighty. Okay, that is done. We're gonna grab the hydrangea pink next here. Gonna put that on the plate. Probably a little bit more since we have to do her beak. Okay. And I'm gonna go back to the angle brush that I had, which is in number 5, or I would say this is like a 1/2 inch. Oh, yep, well, we're just gonna go this way first, and then we'll do her beak, since I'm clearly not paying attention to things. Okay, so we're gonna ombre here first, and I'm just gonna take, we're gonna grab here, and just go right around her beak. Maybe, there we go. Wait, hold on, we need a little bit of water. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just gonna smooth this out. So just getting a nice shadowing across her. Okay, guys. So just like this. Grab a little here. I will clean up her legs in just 1 second. Okay. Go right around her arch of there. Her neck, going around her head. I'm going to be very cautious. And right across here with her neck, all the way down. We're going to smooth that out. Okay, I'm going to grab just a little bit of more water on my brush. We're going to just smooth, oops. I think I grabbed yellow paintbrush there. Okay. There we go. So I'm just smoothing out our paint so it doesn't look like there's brush strokes as much. Okay, grabbing a little bit more water there. Alrighty. Okay. Just like that. And I feel like we got a little too much on her neck right here. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the fuchsia. And I'm just going to kind of smooth this through. And add a little more fuchsia back in. Okay. Okay, let me grab a baby wipe real quick. You know I ran out in that bag, so let me grab it here. All right. Of course I would grab the wrong side. Okay. Oh my gosh, talk about a million things to get to a baby wipe. If you really had some cookies on your hand, you'd be in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna just lightly clean this up where we got here. Baby wipe, painter's best friend. And I'm not pushing too hard. I'm just kind of barely tapping, okay? There we go. All right, guys, so let's get her feathers next here. And I put that in yellow. I'm smart. It is time for me to go home. All right. It's been a long day here. It's been a long week. Let's put it that way. Okay. Long couple of weeks, actually. All right, you guys. So we're going to go here. We're going to get her fluffies in. So we're going to go here and here. So I'm just kind of going around. And I'm going to go this way. Okay. I think I'm going to actually attach these. I don't originally have them attached, but I think we're going to attach them this time. Because I'm kind of liking the look of that. Okay, let me grab just a little bit more here. Grab here. And then we're going to grab here in the center. Okay. Grab a little bit more of the pinks here. In the background, I'm going to get a little bit of my water. Okay. And then we're going to go right here. And right here. Okay. And then I kind of bumped up where I was painting there. So we're going to just clean that up with just a touch there. Okay. She also has just a little bit of fluff right here in her chest. So we're going to give that. And she is good there. Okay. That is as much of the shading that I'm going to do there. And like I said, you can do that. The original one that I have is where I just did the outlining in pink, in the light hydrangea pink, okay? But I thought it would be fun to kind of add a little bit of highlighting and update her a little bit tonight. Okay. Trying to kind of go through some of our oldies and update them and have some fun with them. It's always fun to paint something again from a couple of years ago and see your progression, right? Okay, so I got her beak here. I'm going to get the under part of her beak here. Okay. And usually with this hydrangea pink, it has really good coverage and you only need usually one coat. So I will heat gun this real quick just to make sure. Exactly, you do get to see how far you've come. It doesn't happen overnight, for sure. All right. She was actually one of the first ones I have done too, so. All right, let's do her eye right here. I'm just going to use the cap and we're going to get a detail brush. I know I had one in here. Okay, so this is, like I said, the Tropical Bay Blue, Tropical Bay Blue. I want to say Bayou. I don't know why I want to say it so bad. Tropical Bay Blue. I wasn't even using Blue Bayou today either, so I'm done doing crazy here. Alright, so we're just going to go right across here. I'm just doing an arch. I'm kind of going right across the top of the line that I have etched in from the laser. And this is just etching in. So I'm just doing a little bit higher of an arch, okay? That's all we're doing there, my friends. all we're doing. Okay. That is done. Okay. And her beak looks good. So I'm going to grab our paint right here. Throw that in. Okay. And we get to go to our black next. Oops, I'm putting this in the wrong spot in the tower. Just putting it in my extra spots. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Getting some of my paint bottles out of the way so I can see. Alright. We need black next. And I think I've been using black all day. So I want to say, yep, I do have some left in my honeycomb. Oop, where am I? There we go. In my honeycomb. So I have the white and the black right here. So I'm going to just use that. A little secret I use too, for tilting my tray, if you're having a hard time getting your paint out, is I'll put my Sharpie right here and I sit that on top and it just tilts it enough that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I started doing that just before I moved here to the studio, or to the shop, studio, whatever we want to call this place. The store, who knows. Anywho, I started doing that and I really liked it because I could see. Because remember how I kept telling you guys I was having a hard time checking my depth? I really like this for that. Okay, so this beak right here is getting painted black. I'll come back and get it with a bigger brush, but we will go ahead here. We're gonna go with a little zigzag here. I'm gonna go across her beak here, just like that. We're gonna smooth that out because we didn't have a great line there. I'm gonna grab here, go down. We're gonna grab right here and do a line down here and go right into her, I guess it would be her breast area, her chest. I'll grab right there. Okay. So basically what I did with the black outlining, you can do that with your coloring and even add the black lining to it if you wanted to, okay? Okay. So I'm going to just clean up the line here. There we go. Oops. I had one of my hairs there. I have been shedding like crazy mad lately. Okay. I'm going to grab, I feel like she needs a little zigzaggy, a little swishy swish. Okay, I'm going to grab her neck here. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to connect here and bring, oops, look how that line went. Bring our line back to us. And then we're going to grab her little fluffs of her feather here. Okay. Just like so. Okay. Let's get her legs next. Remember, I'm going to do the inside of this black. Okay. I'm gonna go about right here, do a little zig. And connect our legs here. I had a little bit of brush drag, so I'm gonna clean that up. Okay, and since this is such a little amount here, I'm gonna just grab our black and cover that. Now, I had thought about leaving it open, but I've had a lot of problems with Fluffy with shipping. We actually reconstructed her legs as well. And so if I was to add that hole there, it would make it a little less stable for shipping. And so I have kept it blocked this way and not left a hole right there. Because there's nothing worse than when you get done painting something and they're like, hey, it broke in the mail. And you're like, great, I worked on it and now I have to throw it away. So that's how I've learned. Okay, so we're gonna go here, grab there. I'm gonna grab another little swish here and do our leg there. I'm gonna grab her foot. And bring it up. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna grab black here and we're gonna get her eye. Lightly going around here. So I'm barely getting my paint in the paint, or my paintbrush in the paint, gosh. And then I'm just very lightly, barely letting my brush touch. Okay. And this black paint is a little bit watered down, because you guys know that I like to water it down when I do detailing. So. And giving her some lashes. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to color this in black one more time here. There we go. And let's get her eye one more little coverage. And then I'm going to go to a bigger brush so we can get her beak here. Okay. Grab right here as well. And her beak there and there. Okay. Let me heat this up real quick just to make sure. Just to make sure our black looks good. Since we did paint over the yellow. Alright, my black on the beak, I'm going to do one more because I did tell you the water is, aw, no, don't you love flamingos? They just make me happy. So Haley, my youngest, she is obsessed with Legos and has been so since she was little. And we did a huge trip a while back when we were living in Chicago, and we met for a family reunion in Texas. And so from Chicago, we went to Memphis, Graceland, and stayed there. And then from there, we ended up going, to Dallas. It was, yes, Dallas. Yes, Dallas. So we went to Dallas, Texas, had the family reunion, and then on our way, I'm telling you, we made like a whole circle. And then we went to Utah, where I'm originally from, born and raised. And we stayed there, but on the way there, we had one night that we stayed in New Mexico. But before that, we were driving through the middle of nowhere, Texas, and we came across this metal just yard of things, and they had these big, huge roosters and flamingos and all of these huge things. And we had been in the car for a while, so we definitely needed a break, and so we got out, stretched our legs. Well, little Miss Haley brings us, I kid you not, a flamingo that is probably to the top of my knee, tall. So, I mean, this flamingo is as big as her. And it's a meadow flamingo, and she is obsessed with this flamingo. Like, Mama, we gotta get Fluffy the flamingo. And so this little flamingo kind of represents what Fluffy the flamingo looks like. I am not joking you. To this day, Fluffy the flamingo hangs out on our front porch because Haley Joe insists that that is Fluffy's home and she cannot go to the backyard. So Fluffy the flamingo now has witch hats for Halloween. She has bunny ears for Easter. I'm going to see if I can find her a funny Uncle Sam hat, because that is the one thing that we don't have a decor for her. But she has the Santa hat. She has it all, and it's this meadow flamingo that hangs out right next to the front door. So yeah, I was hearing a rumor that something about flamingos, and I was like, they can't have it all. Like, nope. You took pineapples, you took this stuff, you're not taking our flamingos too, because if that happens, I'm in trouble, because people are going to think crazy stuff about us. But it's no, I just have a child that is literally obsessed with flamingos. Oh my gosh, yes. I do not know where that place was, because it was middle of Timbuktu in Texas somewhere, as we were trying to get to New Mexico. But yes, the owner there was incredibly sweet. He thought it was hilarious how she was acting, and like literally offered us a discount because he knew that she wanted it so bad. And so Fluffy the flamingo drove from New Mexico, or from Timbuktu, Texas, to New Mexico, to Utah, and all the way home to Chicago, Illinois, and now resides on our front porch in North Carolina. So, good old Fluffy. I'm like, I wonder if, she'll stay with us when she gets married and moves away, or if Fluffy will join her and her home at that point. But who knows? I think we will maybe always have Fluffy. She is definitely a staple to our yard. And our front porch, for that matter. All right, Fluffy has gotten some highlights. We did Fluffy's, oh, let me zoom this in for you guys. We got Fluffy's right here with her feathers here. I did the zigzags. I'm a little bit heavy-handed with the zigzags. When I go across and do the other highlights, I just lightly do it, okay? And I just kind of lightly feather brush in, okay? Same with there and everything else. We're going to do her eye next. You guys know I love the styling tools, especially the ones from the dollar store. These ones are seriously one of my faves. It's just like the perfect dot for me, in my opinion. So we're going to do a little dot here, and grab a little bit more, and we'll go just a little bit more and do a cute little highlight there with our Miss Fluffy pants. Okay, so Fluffy is doing real good right now. We're going to get her some bedazzled, pretty in pink glitter. I thought about doing bubblegum. I think bubblegum would be really cute with Lori's bubblegum that she has, or her ballerina one as well. Have you guys seen those colors? Let me grab them, because I don't know if y'all have seen them. I just got my glitter shelves up, and I'm in love with them. I got to get 2 more though, because you know me, I got a lot of glitter. So Amazon will hopefully be coming. Oh, I grabbed Rose. Oops. This is Rose. Rose I think would be pretty too. This is the bubblegum. And I thought that would be really pretty too if you were looking for more of a neon. I really like this because it matches that hydrangea. And we had a lighter pink with her before that I was using the Walmart pink for. And then this is her ballerina. So I contemplated between doing ballerina here. So you can see that one. But I think we're going to stick with Pretty in Pink, just because we did pick a lighter pink for it. So we're going to get our Mod Podge out. And I have my paper in front of me. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Leftover brown glitter that we don't want to get mixed in here. Okay. And you're going to want to use a brush that is retired. This clearly is a retired brush. He has seen his better days. Because like I said, once you get the glue in these brushes, they're just never the same. All right, since our dots up here are a little wet, I'm going to go stay down here for a minute. And Fluffy is going to get some extra fluffy glitter down below where her fluffs are. So yeah, Haley is my 4-year-old little Haley Joe with her middle Flamingo that she named Fluffy. No joke. I knew she had the protector on this. Okay. And so we're just going to shake, shake, shake. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm seriously obsessed with this one. Pretty in Pink. Obsessed. Okay. I'm going to shake that off. Oh, it's so pretty. Look how gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I'm in love. Okay. We're also going to get her chest fluffs. Right here. Right here. We'll go one more right here. Okay. Okay. Working on it. Okay, and even though she doesn't necessarily have a fluff here, I have always done just a little bit of glitter to bring your eye up. And I always have just done one right kind of underneath where my ziggy zag is. And I feel like it just kind of adds to it. Don't you think? Kind of gives you that nice flow all the way through. Okay, so I will give Fluffy, show Fluffy off for us. Let me hurry and clean up the glitter in the Mod Podge so I do not spill this all over my table. Okay. And thank you for the flamingos. Okay, I've also learned with Lori's glitter, it is extra staticky. So I try to remember to put another sheet underneath and then pour in. We're trying to, you know, save a little bit of my table, right? And then honestly, if there is just a little bit, I know it's a sin, but I do throw a little bit of it away. Okay. Let me throw that over there. Let me put my lid on. So no more spillage. And I am going to zoom this out so you guys can see. And here is our pretty Fluffy. Ain't she cute? I love her. Ah, I love her. She's one of my faves. What do you guys think? Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. Ooh, I actually finished early. Woohoo! Maybe it's because I could probably seriously and honestly almost paint Fluffy in my sleep. I painted her a lot. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. Fluffy is definitely one that can be a very beginner for all of you guys. Thank you, Joanna. I appreciate it. Or Joanne. I'm sorry. I put Anna. Joanne. Sorry. I would create names. Talk to LaDonna. She will definitely tell you her story about me creating names for people. Because I barely check names because I see it very far away. But anywho, you all have a wonderful weekend. Yay, Friday is tomorrow, right? It feels weird that I'm not starting the week, but I'm ending the weekend for you guys. So have a great weekend. Be blessed. And guess what? I get my hair done tomorrow because, oh, Lord knows I need some touch-ups on these roots. So anywho, woo, that's a hot mess. But I was excited because I get to get pampered. But anyways, you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. And I'll see you guys maybe on Monday if you're on business call, because it looks like Lori changed back to Monday. So bye guys. I will talk to y'all later.